I want to make something unmistakably clear, as there continues to be misunderstanding, speculation, and uninformed commentary surrounding who I am and the nature of my work. I operate as a private contractor within the fields of defense, protection, and psychological profiling. My work is not theoretical, and it is not performative. It is practical, applied, and grounded in real-world environments where consequences are immediate and often severe. I specialize in identifying threats, analyzing behavioral patterns, and implementing both strategic defense and counter-defense measures in situations that demand precision, discipline, and absolute clarity of purpose. This includes operating in close-quarters environments where decisions must be made in seconds, as well as engaging in broader strategic assessments where understanding human behavior is just as critical as understanding tactical movement. My role requires a combination of physical capability, psychological insight, and operational discretion. These are not skills claimed lightly. They are developed over years of experience, exposure, and necessity. Over the years, I have been directly involved in identifying, tracking, and exposing individuals and networks engaged in serious harm. This includes those who exploit, abuse, manipulate, or threaten others, particularly the most vulnerable. I have encountered individuals involved in predatory behavior, organized exploitation, coercion, and violence. Some of these cases have resulted in formal action, while others have been handled in ways that do not enter public view. Not everything that is done to protect life is visible, documented, or spoken about. What I will say, without revealing operational detail, is this. There is no such thing as complete invisibility in the digital world. People place far too much trust in perceived privacy. Communications, messages, interactions, patterns can be traced, analyzed, and understood when the right methods, tools, and expertise are applied. If you engage in harmful activity under the belief that it is hidden, you are mistaken. The systems that exist, both seen and unseen, are far more capable than most people comprehend. This is not a statement made for intimidation. It is a statement of reality. My work is not driven by ego, attention, or recognition. In fact, the nature of what I do requires the opposite: discretion, restraint, and the ability to operate without validation. The foundation of my commitment is personal. I carry loss that reshaped my entire life, and that loss informs everything I do. It is not something I speak on lightly, but it is the reason I do not hesitate when action is required. Every individual I help matters. Every situation I step into carries weight. This is not abstract to me. It is deeply personal. When I intervene, when I identify a threat, when I prevent harm, it is done with full awareness of what is at stake. I do not approach this work casually, and I do not walk away from it when it becomes difficult. To those who understand this kind of work, no explanation is necessary. To those who do not understand this, speculation, interference, and uninformed assumptions are not only unhelpful, they can be dangerous. There are individuals who involve themselves out of curiosity, who observe from a distance and believe they have insight into situations they do not fully grasp. There are also those who attempt to challenge, undermine, or provoke without understanding the level at which I operate. That is not advisable. This is not a warning rooted in aggression. It is a boundary grounded in reality. The environments I work within are not theoretical spaces for debate or performance. They involve real people, real threats, and real consequences. Disruption, interference, or misplaced curiosity can compromise outcomes that are far more serious than most are willing or able to comprehend. I remain focused on my role and my responsibilities. That includes protecting life, identifying threats, and acting decisively when required. It also includes maintaining the discipline to say only what is necessary and nothing more. There are limits to what can be shared, and those limits exist for a reason. I do not need to prove my capability to those outside this field. My work speaks for itself in the outcomes it produces, not in the attention it receives. Those who have encountered me in a professional capacity understand exactly what I bring to the table. Those who have not would be wise not to make assumptions based on partial understanding. If you are someone who operates with integrity, who seeks to protect rather than harm, then there is no conflict here. But if your intentions fall into the opposite category, if you exploit, manipulate, or threaten others under the assumption that you are beyond reach, then understand that you are not as invisible as you believe. There are systems, individuals, and methods in place that extend far beyond surface-level perception. I will continue to do what I have always done: operate where necessary, act where required, and protect where possible. I do not step into this role for recognition, and I do not step away from it when it becomes difficult. This is not a phase, a claim, or a performance. It is a commitment that has been ingrained over years and reinforced by experience. To those who choose to observe from the outside, I suggest respect for boundaries and an awareness of the limits of your understanding. To those who may consider interfering or testing those boundaries, I suggest reconsideration. My focus remains unchanged. I protect life. I identify threats. I act when needed. Regards, Lee Douglas McGreevy, number 47 Edgex.